Say VBScript tutorial, VBScript for UFT. So yesterday we discussed introducing VBScript. Just 2 minutes. Introducing VBScript. See full form of VBScript, Visual Basic Scripting Edition. Visual Basic Scripting Edition. So it is a lightweight language from Microsoft. Next, VBScript. VBScript derived from VB programming language. VBScript derived from VB programming language. Next, VBScript is not a case sensitive language, means no difference between uppercase and lowercase letters. No difference between uppercase and lowercase letters. See, VBScript is not a case sensitive language. For example, C language case sensitive, Java language case sensitive, Perl script case sensitive, but VBScript not case sensitive. Next, no formalities for writing statements. No formalities for writing statements. For example, take C language or Java language. Every statement should end with a semicolon symbol. Here no such type of formalities. Next, VBScript ignores extra spaces. Generally, we use extra spaces in order to increase the clarity of the code. See, it ignores extra spaces. Next, it is a platform dependent language. Platform dependent language. Means it works only on Windows operating environment. For example, take JavaScript. Platform independent, works on Windows operating environment as well as Unix operating environment. See, these are the important features. Next one, general topic. Just a minute. It is scripting language. General topic, scripting languages versus programming languages. Scripting languages versus programming languages. Say examples for scripting languages. Just a minute. First, scripting languages. Programming languages. Give some examples for scripting languages. Sujata.
Yes, sir. Shell scripting.
Old one. Shell
VBScript,
scripting.
JavaScript. Perl. Python. Ruby.
Good. Shell script, Perl script, JavaScript. Next, Python, Ruby, Rex, etc. Next, Madhuri, give some examples for programming languages.
C language.
C language. See, old one still in live. COBOL. Next, C language. C++. Next, Java, VB, etc. Okay. Next, scripting languages. In scripting languages, no explicit declaration of data types. First of all, scripting languages won't support explicit declaration of data types. See, no explicit declaration of data types. Kanti, can you hear me? Here, explicit declaration of data types. See what is explicit declaration of data types. Say, specifying the data type before declaration of the variables. For example, in C language or Java, they are programming languages support explicit declaration of data types. Suppose if you want to declare variable for storing integer type data in C language, we write like this. Int a means a is variable, int is data type. This a variable for storing integer type data. Char b, char is data type, b is variable name. Next, float c, float is data type, c is variable name. Here, no explicit declaration of data types. For example, VBScript, we use dim a. Dim is dimension, declaration statement for variables a, comma, b, comma, c. What is a? It is variant. It can hold any type of data. You can assign integer type data or string type data or boolean type data, any data it can hold. Okay, now Sujata, understand this concept? Explicit declaration and implicit declaration.
Yes, sir.
Kanti, can you hear me? Kanti.
Hello, sir. Just now I am able to hear.
Okay.
Okay.
See, no data type specification before declaring variables in case of scripting languages. In case of programming languages, explicit declaration of data types only. Next, scripting languages, interpreter based languages. Programming languages, compiler based. Say, in case of scripting languages, only two steps: writing the code in any editor, writing the code, next executing the code. While execution, they automatically compile and run. But in case of programming languages, writing the code, compiling the code, and executing the code. Three steps. Say, compilation. What is compilation? Converting mission level language, converting high level language into mission level language equivalents. Compilation, converting high level language into mission level language. Say, you take any programming language or scripting language, we use English words, if, for, while, etc. Say, computer doesn't know about English words. It knows only binary language, zeros and ones. This compiler compiles high level language into mission level language. Next, scripting languages support explicit and implicit declaration of variables. Next, programming languages support explicit declaration only. Explicit declaration of variables. What is explicit declaration and what is implicit declaration? I will show one small example. Concentrate. Say, dim A equal to 100, B equal to 200. Next, MSG box A plus B. Run the script. See 300. It is showing correct output. See in this small example, A is explicit variable. Explicit variable. B is implicit variable. Now you can say, you can easily answer what is explicit variable and what is implicit variable. Tell me, Aarti. what is explicit and what is implicit variable. Aarti, Madhuri,
Explicit variable is first we have to declare the variable and then we have to
use.
give an input
Okay,
to the
input
variable.
or whatever it might be. First
But
declare,
implicit,
then use. First declare, then
yes.
use. Implicit means
Implicit without declaring we can use it.
without declaration, directly using. Okay. See, best practice is explicit declaration that we will discuss in VBScript variables chapter. Next, say limited support scripting languages. Limited support for application development, app development. See, these are lightweight languages. Limited support for application development. Next, programming languages. Rich support for application development. Next, scripting languages. Limited support for UI design, user interface design. Next, programming languages. Rich support for user interface design. Next, scripting languages. Limited support for graphics design. Graphics design. Programming languages, a rich support. Graphics design. Next, scripting languages. See, scripting languages are lightweight languages, less or no formalities, interpreter based languages, only writing the code and executing the code. While execution, they automatically compile and run. So these can be easily integrated with other technologies. These can be easily integrated with other technologies. See, that's why web developers integrate JavaScript code or VBScript code into HTML pages, and web developers integrate VBScript code into ASP, active server pages. Compilation optional, so these can be easily integrated with other technologies. Next, difficult to integrate with other technologies. Why? Compilation required. Next, scripting languages, lightweight languages, less or no formalities. So they reduce the code size. See, reduce the code size. See, in case of programming languages, formalities. So increase the code size. Increase the code size. What is reducing code size and what is increasing code size? For example, I want to display hello VBScript message. For that, in VBScript, single statement enough. MSG box within double quotes hello VBScript. Single statement. In Perl script, single statement. You take C language or Java language. Minimum 3 or 4 statements. First, including header file. Next, main method. Open curly braces. Next, print the message, print statement. Next, close curly braces. 4 or 5 statements required for displaying single message. For displaying even single message, 4 or 5 statements required in case of programming languages. In case of scripting languages, single statement. Why? No formalities. Just type the print statement enough. If it is VBScript, MSG box, message within double quotes message. If it is Perl script, print within single quote message semicolon. Enough. Got this last point, Sujata?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else? Aarti? Aarti not responding. Okay.
I'm here, sir. I'm here.
Okay, cool. Now tell me, Madhuri, scripting languages versus programming languages. What are the important differences? Madhuri. Okay. Can you tell me, Aarti?
Yes, sir. For scripting language, we have a shell, Perl, JavaScript,
Okay.
VBScript, VB, etc.
Hmm.
Python, Ruby, or REXX, etc. Whereas a programming language, we have COBOL, C, C++, Java, VB, VC++. And it is interpreter based, means it's compilation option. And in the programming language is a compiler based. And a scripting language, no explicit declaration of data types or data types, whereas the programming language explicit declaration. In scripting language, implicit and explicit of variables.
Declaration of variables.
Yeah. And over in the programming, you get explicit declaration. In scripting language, limited support for application development, whereas in programming language, rich support for the development.
App development. Support. Okay.
Yeah. And in scripting language, limited support for UI design, whereas in programming, rich support for UI design. In scripting, limited support for graphic designs, whereas in programming language is a rich support for UI design.
Graphics design.
For graphic design.
Okay.
And in scripting language can be easily integrated with other technologies, whereas in programming is difficult to integrate. In scripting language, reduce the size of the code, like as you mentioned, MSG box and the message in double quote in VBScript. In the programming language, increasing size of the code.
Okay. Put mute. See, this is about scripting languages versus programming languages. Next topic. This is also general topic. Usage of VBScript. Usage of VBScript. We already discussed VBScript not created for UFT. UFT uses VBScript, but VBScript purpose different. First one, client side. Client side scripting. Client side scripting in the web. Client side scripting in the web. See here, who executes VBScript code? Browser. IE, Internet Explorer. See, IE has two script engines, VBScript engine, JScript engine. JScript also from Microsoft, not JavaScript. JavaScript is different. Whenever any code component comes with .vbs, then VBScript, any VBScript code components are there, then browser launches VBScript engine. That engine executes VBScript code. See, client side scripting in the web. Here browser executes the VBScript code. Next, server side scripting in the web. What is the use of client side scripting? For client side validations. For example, validating forms, login, next search forms, etc. Validating forms, client side forms. Suppose entering phone number, entering email ID. Client side scripting validates whether the data in valid format or not. Next, server side scripting. What is the purpose of server side scripting? For server side validations. Suppose you are searching for an item, retrieving that information from server. That is the responsibility of server side scripting language. And one more thing, in one example I will cover client side scripting and server side scripting. Suppose in Indian railway system, if any waiting list is there, they give one PNR. If you enter valid PNR number, if you enter invalid PNR, then it is the responsibility of client side scripting language to validate that input data and reject the data. Suppose if you enter valid number, then it is the responsibility of server side scripting to get the information. Suppose waiting list 10, 11, like that. Got the point, Sujata? Client side scripting, validating input fields. Server side scripting, getting response from the server.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In case of server side scripting, who executes VBScript code? See here, in case of client side scripting, web developers integrate VBScript code into HTML tags. Browser executes VBScript code. In case of server side scripting in the web developers integrate VBScript code into active server pages. Here web server execute the VBScript code. What is the Microsoft web server? IIS, Internet Information Service. Just a minute. Next, network administration. Network. Administration on server OS. For example, Windows 2003 server, Windows 2008 server. Network administration. Here, who executes the VBScript code? WSH, Windows Script Host. It is an administration tool of Windows operating system. It is built in. If any code component comes with .vbs, then WSH launches VBScript engine. VBScript engine executes VBScript code. Suppose if you want to execute Perl code on Windows, you need to download and install Perl engine. But VBScript engine built in. Next, system administration, local system administration. Local system administration on client OS, Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, or server OS also. See, in this scenario also, WSH, Windows Script Host, executes VBScript code. If any code component comes with VBS extension, file extension, then WSH launches VBScript engine. That engine executes VBScript code. Observe, this is Windows desktop. Just launch Notepad like editor, write the code. Suppose, just a minute, A equal to 100, B equal to 30, if A greater than B, then MSG box A is a big number. Else MSG box B is a big number. And if save as VBS file, suppose abc.vbs. Just run the executable file. See, it is showing output. A is a big number. See, in this scenario, WSH executing VBScript code. Observe Sujata. I want to observe Kanti. I want to execute Perl script, Perl code in Perl code on Windows. How to execute? Hello?
Hello? Yes, sir.
Tell me.
Hello?
I can hear you. Tell me. Hello?
On DOS application.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Tell me.
I don't know, sir.
You don't know. Just now I told. You tell me, Aarti. I want to execute Perl script on Windows. How to execute? Sujata.
Open the notepad.
Open the notepad, write the code and save as Perl script, PL extension. Then how to execute? Tell me, Sujata. Concentrate.
Yes, sir.
Download Perlinson. Download and install Perlinson. Then WSH adopts that Perlinson. If any code component comes with, if any code file comes with .pl extension, then WSH launches Perlinson. Perlinson executes Perl code. But VBScript engine you don't need to install. That is built in. Any confusion?
No.
Okay. Next, these are the important advantages of usage of VBScript. But our usage is secondary purpose. We are using VBScript for test automation. Test automation. Here VBScript engine integrated with EFT. EFT only execute the VBScript code. Engine available. Now tell me, Madhuri, usage of VBScript. Madhuri.
For the test automation.
That is secondary purpose. Fifth one I explained that one. Usage of VBScript.
For the system administration.
Aarti. Usage
Test
of
automation,
VBScript.
sir.
Pardon?
Integrate with a UFT for test automation.
I rejected that one. What is the primary usages?
Sir, client-side scripting in the web. Server-side scripting in the web. Network administration on server OS. System administration on client OS.
Next, another one. Test automation. Test automation. See, Aarti, VBScript primary purpose is not test automation.
I got it, sir.
Okay, cool. See. Next, first a roadmap for VBScript. Then we will discuss each and every concept in detailed manner. VBScript fundamentals and features. A roadmap for our program. A roadmap for VBScript. Say you take any programming language or scripting language, 80% skeleton same. A syntax may vary from one language to another. Some features may vary from one language to another, but 70 to 80% skeleton same. If you learn VBScript in structured manner, definitely you can cope up for any programming or scripting language. If you learn one programming language, then you can easily learn any other programming or scripting language. See, first time learning takes more time. If you learn one programming or scripting language, then you can easily learn other programming or scripting languages. See, syntax may vary from one language to another. Next, some features may vary. For example, in C language, no object concept. In C language, C is structured programming language. In C language, no object. But in C++, Java, object concept is there. Next, variables, operators, comments, conditional statements, loop statements, all are common in all types of programming languages and scripting languages. Okay. See, what we have to learn in this VBScript. See, this is only a roadmap. indexing the concepts. Say, comments. Why I am writing comments first? No restrictions or no limitations for writing comments. You can write first line as comment, middle line as comment, or last line as comments. Last line as comment. No limitations. And one more thing, in computer programming, two important things. One is rule, another is standard. Rules we must follow. Standards, if you follow standards, best practice, otherwise no issue. But rules we must follow. For example, if you in VBScript, if you enter two if statements, you must close two end if statements. Otherwise syntax error. Rule, it is rule. Suppose if you write meaningful comments, that is standard. If you don't write comments, no issue, script will execute. Okay. Say syntax, how to insert comments, single line comments and multiple line comments, that we will discuss in comments chapter. Here just purpose of comments. Tell me, Madhuri, purpose of comments in computer programming.
It is used for debugging the scripts, and whenever we
just a minute, comments won't debug the code.
Comments won't debug.
Comments won't debug. Comments won't debug the code.
If you don't want to execute a piece of code,
that is not debugging. Disable.
Yes, disable.
Disable from execution. That is secondary purpose. What is the primary purpose of comments?
Code reusability.
Code reusability. No. Code reusability is function.
Readability, sir.
Readability, yes. See, to make the code readable or understandable. This is primary purpose. Next, secondary purpose, to make the code disable from execution. Suppose we have 100 lines of code, don't want to execute all 100 lines in this iteration, only 70 lines. You can make remaining 30 lines as comment. After some time, if you want to execute all lines of code, you can uncomment the comment block. See, to make the code disable from execution. Next, VBScript supports single line syntax and multiple line syntax. Next, where we use comments in our UFT test automation, that I will explain in comments chapter. Now just introduction. Next, data types. Data types, specifying type of the data. For example, computer data types. Give some examples for data types, Sujata. Data types in computer programming.
A is equal to 1, 2, 3.
What is A? I am asking examples for data types. Suppose integer is one data type. Character is one data type. Double is one data type. Float is one data type. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Say data types, specifying type of the data. Data types not only in computer programming, you can find in databases also. In Oracle SQL Server and MySQL also you can find data types. Okay. We already discussed VBScript doesn't support explicit declaration of data types. Only implicit declaration means no data type specification. See, here important points. Anyhow, in that data types chapter, I will show practical. No data type specification in VBScript. VBScript. No data type specification in VBScript. You no need to specify. First of all, it won't support. Next, in VBScript only data type is variant. It varies. Variant can hold any type of data. For example, dim A. What is A variable? A is variant. It can hold any type of data. Then how VBScript considers data? Based on usage of the data. Suppose if you enter A equal to 100, then VBScript considers integer type data. Suppose if you enter A equal to 1.234, then VBScript considers double type data. Suppose if you enter A equal to ABCD within double quotes, then VBScript considers string type data. Okay, internally VBScript considers data types, but how end user knows data subtypes? Using var type function, user can check the data subtypes. Say VBScript considers data subtypes. Here only data type is variant. VBScript considers data subtypes based on usage of the data. Usage of the data. Next, using var type. It is built-in function of VBScript. Using var type function, user can check the data subtypes. So you just remember these 3 points. I will show practical in data types chapter. See, next, declarations. See, you take any programming language or scripting language, 2 things can be declared. Sujata, 2 things can be declared in computer programming or scripting. What are the 2 things? One is
constant declaration and one is constant declaration and the other one is a variable declaration.
Variable declarations. See, constants. Next, variables. See, both are for holding the data, but constants never change. Variable values may vary throughout the execution. See, we have 2 types of constants in VBScript. One is built-in constants. Another is user-defined constants. Built-in, user-defined. Next, variables. We have 2 types of variables in VBScript. One is scalar variables. we just say variable, that is scalar variable, for storing one value at a time. Next, array variables for storing series of values at a time based on size of the array. See, in Perl script we have three types of variables: scalar variables, array variables, and hash variables. Hash variables, or you can say associated arrays. But in VBScript, two types only. Equivalent feature is there, that is dictionary object. See, dictionary object is equivalent to hash variables. Hash variables, or you can say associated arrays in Perl script. See, in Microsoft documentation, they mentioned this sentence: dictionary object is equivalent to associated arrays in Perl script. See, final conclusion. In Perl script, we have three types of variables: scalar variables, array variables, and associated arrays. What is the difference between arrays and associated arrays? That we will discuss in VBScript variables chapter. But in VBScript, no three types, only two types. But dictionary object is there. It is equivalent to associated arrays in Perl script. Okay, now Kanti, did you understand the concept? Declarations, arrays,
Yes,
and constants. Constants never change, but variables values may vary throughout the execution. Next, operators. Operators. What are the operators? You can find operators in all programming languages and scripting languages, not only in VBScript. Operators are used to perform mathematical comparison and logical operations. Operators are used to perform mathematical comparison and logical operations. See, in VBScript, we have three categories of operators. See, categories of operators. One is arithmetic, operators. Next, comparison operators. Comparison operators. Next, logical operators. Logical operators. See, some are saying four categories of operators. That fourth category is not separate one. Concatenation. Concatenation operators. Say, concatenation operators, it is not separate type. It is part of arithmetic operators only. See, part of arithmetic operators, not separate type. Tell me, Kanti, operators, categories of operators in
There are
VB.
four.
Kanti,
there are three, actually three.
Artista. Kanti,
Oh,
Kanti.
Arti. Okay. Okay.
Kanti.
There are three types of operators: arithmetic operators, comparison operators, logical operators. Conditional is part of arithmetic.
See, your voice is very low, Kanti. You try to increase the volume, otherwise you change the voice device. Try to use headphones. See, remaining people interacting properly, but your voice is very low. At least, can you hear me properly?
Yes.
Okay,
Three
cool.
types of operators: arithmetic operators, comparison operators, logical operators.
Okay. Next, one more type is there.
Concatenation operator.
But that is not separate type. Part of arithmetic operators.
Operator.
Okay. See. Next, flow control statements. Under flow control, first conditional statements. Say we have two types of conditional statements in Visual Basic Scripting Edition. Two types of conditional statements in VBScript. See, types of conditional statements. One is if statement. See, else if, nested if, all are flavors of if statement only. Next, select case statement. See, in Java, if statement, switch case statement. In C also, if statement, switch case. Next, types of conditions. Say, single condition, next compound condition, or multi condition, next nested condition, next in single condition we can use positive condition and negative condition. Next, in compound or multi condition also you can use positive and negative conditions. Nested also same. One of the flavor, positive and negative conditions. Next, usage of conditions, usage of conditional statements. See, there are 6 types of usage. In practical chapter I will show just a theoretical approach. First one, execute a statement, single statement. Execute a statement when condition is true. Another name is simple if. Single line syntax. Here no else part, no end if also. Execute a statement when condition is true. Next, execute a block of statements when condition is true. First one, single line syntax, executing single statement. Second usage, block of statements. Suppose when condition is false, don't do anything. This is one-way condition. One-way condition. Next, execute a block of statements when condition is true. Otherwise, execute another block of statements. Another block of statements. Next, decide among several alternates, not only two alternates, several alternates. Choose one alternate based on the condition. Decide among several alternates. Another name of the structure, else if. Next, execute a block of statements. Execute a block of statements when more than one condition is true. More than one condition. Another name of the structure, nested if. Next, sixth usage, decide among several alternates. Earlier using else if, this time using select case. Using select case statement. See, these are the different types of usages. See, 3 points we discussed. First one, types of conditional statements. Next, types of conditions. Next, usage of conditional statements. Tell me, Kanti, types of conditional statements in VBScript.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes.
If statement and select case statement.
Next, types of conditions.
Single condition, compound condition, and nested condition.
Okay. Single condition, compound or multi condition. Last one?
Nested condition.
Nested condition. Good. Next, Madhuri. Usage of conditional statements.
Execute a single statement when condition is true.
Good.
By using the simple if statement.
Okay.
The second one is executing a block of statements when condition is true.
Third one.
Execute a block of statements when condition true, otherwise execute another block of statements. Decide. Another is decide among several alternates using end if else if statement.
Else if.
Execute a block of statements when more than one condition is true. That is nested if condition.
Nested if structure.
And structure. And last one is decide among several alternates using select case statement.
Good.
Select case statement.
Okay, good. See, next is a number 5, 6. Loop statements. And one more thing, what is the purpose of conditional statements in VBScript in UFT test automation? Say, forget about general purpose. Our usage is, say, put mute purpose of conditional statements. Conditional statements in UFT. One is to insert verification points. Another is for error handling. Next, loop statements. Purpose repetitive execution. We have four loop structures in VBScript. One is for loop, starting keyword for, end keyword next. For next loop, next while when loop, next do loop. Here we have to use either while or any one or until. Do while loop. Do while loop one structure. Do until loop another structure. Do while or do until. Next, last one, for each next. For each next. See our test automation point of view. First 3 loops important. Last loop limited use or no use in our test automation. For first 3 loops purpose almost all same. Based on your convenience you can use them. For first 3 loops we use scalar variables. For last loop we use array variable. Okay. Next, here one more concept also there. Using exit statement we can terminate the loops. Say exit for, exit do. And one more thing, within conditions you can write loop statements and vice versa. Within loops you can use conditions. See, within for loop you can use if condition. Within if condition you can write for loop or while when or do while anything. See, just a minute. We can insert loop statements within conditions and vice versa. Next, functions. Say, you know what is function? Function means a reusable code. See, a reusable code. A reusable code. What is the purpose of functions? Reusability. A reusable code is called function. When we prefer functions, whenever we want to execute same operations again and again, whenever we want to execute any operation multiple times, then we prefer functions. Instead of writing the same code again and again, we prefer functions. See, whenever we want to execute same operations multiple times, then we prefer functions. Okay. Say in C language also function concept is there. In Java, no function term, methods. Method is equivalent to functions. See, in structured programming language we call function. In object oriented programming we call method. Functions, methods, synonyms. See, types of functions. See, basically we have two types of functions. One is built-in functions. Predefined. In VBScript we have nearly 107 built-in functions. Built-in functions limited for general usage only. They provide built-in functions. Built-in functions limited and read-only. User-defined functions unlimited and you can edit the code. See, user-defined functions. See, just a brief introduction. Anyhow, this functions chapter takes nearly 3 hours. Just a brief introduction. We have some categories of built-in functions. One is array functions, categories of built-in functions. Next, important category, string functions. Next, date and time functions. Date and time functions. Next, conversion functions. Conversion functions. Next, IO functions, input output functions. Next, math functions. Next, miscellaneous, other than above. Miscellaneous functions. Okay. Now tell me, Sujata, function. What is function and when we prefer functions?
A reusable code is called a function, sir. And when we want to execute same operation or any operation multiple times, then we prefer a function.
Good. Next,
in Java, it is not called function, but it is called method.
Method. In Java, no function term, method term. In OOPS, object-oriented programming system, term is method. In structured programming, term is function. But our VBScript is not either structured programming language or pure OOPS. It is object-based programming language. In our VBScript, functions are there and methods also there. But basically, functions and methods synonyms. Okay. Next, Aarti, types of functions in VBScript. Types of functions.
There are two types of functions, built-in functions and user-defined functions.
Okay.
In built-in functions.
Okay. Madhuri, we have some categories of built-in functions in VBScript.
Yes.
What are the categories?
One is array functions, string functions, date and time functions, conversion functions, input and output functions, map functions, and miscellaneous functions.
Good. See, next, again, user-defined functions, two types. One is function procedures. Next, just a minute. First one, sub-procedures. First one, sub-procedures. Second one, function procedures. First one, sub-procedures. Second one, function procedures. In the C language also you can find two types of functions, two types of user-defined functions. Function, subroutine. Here sub-procedure. What is the difference between sub-procedures and function procedures? That we will discuss in practical chapter. Now only indexing the concept, brief introduction. Next, usage of, see, sub-procedures, access control. Access control of sub-procedures. See, public, private. See, by default public. In our test automation, 99%, 100% we prefer public functions. Generally, web developers use private functions due to security reasons. But in our test automation, we prefer public functions only. If you don't specify public or private, by default public only. See, this is access control. Public, private. Next, usage. We can use internally as well as externally. Internal function, external function. This is usage. What is internal function and what is external function? Internal means defining and calling within the script. Defining and calling within the script. External means calling from external library files. See next, function procedures also same. Access control, public private, public or private, usage internal or external. Anything else, Aarti? Sub procedures, function procedures. Aarti.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
No, I think that's all about it. Looks like.
See, public, private, internal, external. Next. Seven functions, 8 coding conventions. See, it is optional but best practice. Coding standards. See, writing comments also comes under standards, and in variables, objects, etc. Declaration also we follow standards. See, writing comments. Next, naming conventions all comes under coding standards. For example, dim A B AFSO. 3 variables I declare in this statement without standards. Next, dim int A, suppose num city. Suppose int num string city obj fso. See, with standards. Say this int string str. This is from Microsoft only. You don't use your own words. Say here num, just num. Here I use int num, means this variable for storing integer value, but no restrictions. In int num also you can store character type data, string type data, but user identification purpose we used coding conventions. Int num, this variable for storing integer values. strcity, this variable for storing string type data. Next, objfso, this variable for creating object. See, up to this coding conventions, VBScript fundamentals over. Fundamentals for all types of scripting means client-side scripting in the web, server-side scripting in the web, network administration, system administration, test automation. Next, features. See, specialized use. Suppose if you want to work with Excel files, you can use Excel application object. Suppose if you don't want to use Excel you no need to learn Excel application object. See, next features 9. File system operations. File system operations. What is file system? See here 4 concepts. What is computer file system? Next, examples. Already we discussed this one. Examples for file system operations. Next, how end user performs file system operations. Next, how to perform automatic file system operations without user interaction. See first one, what is computer file system? It is a feature of operating system used to work with drives, folders and files. See, end user point of view, this segregation, drive, folder, file. But computer understands things in terms of files only. Computer point of view, everything is file. Drive is file, folder is file, file is file, database also file. Database file. Sorry. Database file. Correct term. Computer point of view, everything is file. Okay, now this concept, Kanti. What is computer file system?
Feature of operating system used to work with drivers, folders and files. In computer point of view, everything is a file, database file.
Okay, not drivers, drive, C drive, D drive, drive. See, it is a feature of operating system used to work with drives, folders and files. Next, examples for file system operations. Create a folder, copy a folder, delete a folder, create a text file, copy a text file, delete a text file, read data, write data, compare data, search for data, etc. Next, how end user performs file system operations. End user performs file system operations manually with the help of input devices. If it is command line operating system like DOS, Unix, with the help of some commands. Suppose I want to create a folder on desktop. Place mouse pointer and right click, new folder, enter name ABCD. See, folder created with the name of ABCD. Suppose I want to delete this folder. Select the folder and right click, delete, confirm deletion. Folder has been deleted. See, end user performs file system operations manually with the help of input devices. If it is command line operating system, with the help of commands. Okay. Next, how to perform automatic file system operations. To do this, VBScript has provided an automation object called file system object. See, final conclusion, using file system object, we can perform automatic file system operations. Automatic file system operations. Next, here remember class values. Creating automation object, common syntax. Common syntax for creating any automation object, but class value only varies from one object model to another. Here class value for creating file system object. You need to by heart these class values, no context help. Within double quotes, scripting dot file system object. How to create? Set variable equal to create object of class value. See, in this syntax, set is VBScript. Set is VBScript statement. Next, create object, single word. Create object is built-in function. Next, scripting dot file system object is class value. Okay. Next, Excel application operations or Excel file operations. See, Excel application operations. For this we use Excel application object. Excel application object. Say, we already discussed file system object is used to work with drives, folders and files. But why this Excel for Excel files? Excel also file na? Okay, Excel also file. But for file system object, one limitation is there. File system object only for flat files. Flat file which doesn't have any format. File which doesn't have any format. Example, notepad. See, using file system object, we can create and delete. We can create and delete all types of files. Example, using file system object, we can create Word documents, Excel files, PDF files, etc. But we cannot perform internal operations. Creating file, deleting file, external operations. Internal operations means reading data, writing data. Suppose in flat files, no rows and columns, only lines concept. But in Excel, rows and columns. See, using file system object, we cannot perform internal operations on Excel files and Word files, only on flat files. So, limitation of file system object. File system object works only on flat files. Got the point, Sujata?
Yes, sir.
If you want to perform Excel file operations, use Excel application object. If you want to perform Word application operations, use Word application object.
Yes, sir.
See, what is the purpose of Excel application object? Just a minute. Here we use Excel application object. What is the purpose? It is used to perform operations on Excel application, or you can say Excel files. Class value for creating Excel application object. You need to remember class values. Class value for creating Excel application object. Excel class values not case sensitive. First of all, VBScript is not a case sensitive language. Excel dot application. Next, Word application operations. See, here we use Word application object. Word application object. What is the purpose? It is used to perform operations on Word application, or you can say Word documents. It is used to perform operations on Word application, or you can say Word documents. Class value. Class value for creating Word application object. Word application object. Word dot application. Word dot applications. Next, say VBScript has several object models, but our test automation point of view, 4 or 5 object models are important. Database operations. See, file system object, single object, Word object single, Excel application object single. But in this database area, we have 3 object models: database connection object, database record set object, and database command object. But our test automation point of view, 2 object models important: database connection object model, database record set object model. See, database connection object. Next, database record set object. Okay, first, what is database connection object? It is used to connect to databases. Any database connection string only varies from one database to another. See, it is used to connect to databases, one database at a time. Any database. See, connection string. Connection string only varies from one database to another. Next, class value for creating database connection object. Class value for creating database connection object. See, ADODB within double quotes. ADODB dot connection ActiveX data objects database. Next, record set. It is used to perform operations on database tables, nothing but records. See, it is used to perform operations on database records. See, class value for creating database record set, single word, record set, single word, record set object. ADODB dot record set. Next, one more object model, dictionary object. Dictionary object. It is equivalent to associated array in Perl script. Just I will explain the purpose and class value. In practical chapter, I will show usage of dictionary object. It is used to define key. Key means index. Key value pairs. Next, class value. Scripting dot dictionary. Scripting dot dictionary. See, these are the important object models. Two more concepts also there. Before moving to next concept, just a minute. Regular expressions regular expressions. Next, error handling. See, these are the important VBScript fundamentals and features for our EFT test automation. Okay. Now tell me, Kanti, what is file system object and class value? Purpose and class value. File system object. Kanti.
Yes, sir.
Purpose. File system object. It is used to perform automatic file system operations. Class value.
Scripting.file system object.
Good. Next, Aarti. Excel application object. Purpose, class value.
Purpose, it is used to perform automatic Excel application operations and the class value excel.application double quote.
Okay. Madhuri, word application object. Purpose, class value.
It is used to perform operations on the Word applications, and the class value is Word.application.
Okay. Sujata, database objects. First, database connection object. Purpose, class value.
Purpose is used to connect to databases, sir, and class value is in double quotes ADODB.connection.
Next, database record set object.
It is used to perform operations on database records, and the class value is ADODB.recordset in double quotes.
Good. Next, Kanti, dictionary object. Dictionary object.
It's used to define value pairs.
What value? Key and value. Key. Key means index. Key value pairs. Class value.
Scripting.dictionary.
Good. Scripting.dictionary. Okay. Next, regular expressions. See, you can find regular expressions in all programming languages and scripting languages. It is global feature. What is the purpose of regular expressions? It is what is regular expression? What is regular expression? See, a regular expression. It is a formula for matching patterns. It is a formula for matching patterns. See, don't confuse. Matching is different. Mapping is different. In computer environment, mapping 4 types. One-to-one mapping, one-to-many, many-to-one, and many-to-many. Matching 2 types. Constant matching, pattern matching. See, constant matching. Constant matching. Matching with fixed value. Matching with fixed value. For example, I have a document called india.doc in my computer. India.doc in my computer. If I know the exact value india.doc, then I can retrieve this document easily. This is constant matching. Next, suppose I have a document called india.doc in my computer. I forgot the full name, but I know first letter I. Then using pattern matching, you can retrieve that document. Pattern matching. Matching with the series. Suppose I star dot. It is formula. Then it will retrieve IA series, IB series if available in your computer. See, like that you can locate your document India dot doc. See, regular expression. It is a formula for matching patterns. Next, usage of regular expressions in UFT. Two important advantages. One is to handle dynamic objects. Another is for search operations. Next, error handling. See, important one. Writing the code is simple. Protecting the code is difficult. Error handling is important task in any programming language or scripting language. Important task. Say, what is error handling? Simple definition. Handling expected and unexpected errors is called error handling. Handling expected errors and unexpected errors. What is expected error? Say, if we use invalid input, then we can expect the error. Whenever we use invalid input, then we can expect the error. Why we need to use invalid input? We use invalid input for negative testing. Okay, see, expected error. Whenever we use invalid input, then we can expect the error. Next, why we use invalid input? For negative testing, we use invalid input. See, we use invalid input for negative testing. Next, unexpected errors. Unexpected errors. See, sometimes we face unexpected errors. I will explain 3 scenarios. One is scenarios. One is availability of the resource. Next, resource response. This is one scenario. Next, insufficient resource. See, availability of the resource. Suppose we are fetching data from a database or Excel file. Our scripting logic is correct, but resource not available. Yesterday we executed the same script, executed properly, but today somebody deleted that resource. That is, then script will show error. Unexpected error. Next, resource response. Resource available but not responding. Next, resource available and responding also, but insufficient. See, we are fetching 1 to 100 records, but somebody deleted 80 to 100 records. After 79th record, it will show error. See, this is insufficient resource. See, sometimes we face unexpected errors. These are the scenarios for unexpected errors. Okay, now, Sujata, tell me, what is error handling?
Handling expected and unexpected errors is called error handling.
Okay, expected errors. First, expected errors. When we get expected errors?
Whenever we use invalid input, then we get expected. Then we can expect the error. We can use invalid input for negative testing.
Okay, good. Next, unexpected errors. What are the important scenarios for unexpected errors?
Availability of the resource. Second one is resource response. And third one is insufficient resource.
Insufficient resource. Okay. See, what are the features available in VBScript? What are the features available in VBScript for error handling? Features for error handling. Say you can use conditional statements. Conditional statements for error handling. Next, using some built-in functions. Built-in functions. We can handle some type of errors. Next, using exit statement. It is used to terminate loops. Next, using option explicit statement. It is error prevention mechanism. Next, using on error resume next statement, etc. See, this is the roadmap for our VBScript program. See, once again, just contents, adding comments, next data types, third one declarations, constants and variables, next fourth one operators, fifth one conditional statements, sixth one loop statements, seventh one coding convention, seventh one functions in this built-in functions and user-defined functions. Next, eighth one file system operations, eighth one coding conventions, ninth one file system operations, next 10th one Excel application operations, next Word application operations, next database operations, next dictionary object, next next regular expressions, next last one important one error handling. See, this is the roadmap for our program. Tomorrow we will discuss, tomorrow onwards we will discuss each and every concept in detailed manner. Okay, We will meet tomorrow, same time. Thank you. Any queries?
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.